good morning or afternoon or evening, whenever you come to this. It's morning for me. Today is Saturday, September 14th, and welcome in to everybody. Thank you so much for viewing, for listening. This is going to be, obviously you already know, this is going to be a reading regarding the full moon. I myself don't know what's going to unfold yet, but we will see. So I hope you're all doing well. I am having a great day. I'm meeting a friend of mine later this afternoon, and we're going to spend the afternoon together. Yesterday, another friend of mine came down to visit, and we went out to lunch, and she brought me some wonderful things. She brought me these Tranquil Waters candles. They smell fantastic. And she brought me a couple of beautiful crystals, which I have had in the sunlight, and they'll go in the moonlight. She couldn't remember the name of this, and I can't figure it out either. I was thinking maybe it's sodalite, but I'm not positive. It's raw, and I've looked in all my crystal books, and I can't find it. And look at this. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of a yellowish color. It's beautiful. It's got all these striations in it. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous little thing. So she knows me. She knows what I love. She also brought me some other things too, but those are right here so I could show you. All right, so let's get right into it. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Not everything can resonate with every person every time. We're going to start. My guides showed me which decks to use for oracle messages, and then we will go to the tarot. So we're going to start off with the Wisdom of the Oracle. I haven't used this in a bit. I want to tell you that the full moon in Pisces, it's a full harvest moon because would be harvest season for farmers, or probably is. It is a super moon. It is a partial lunar eclipse, and it will be in Pisces. That means romance will be in the air. So, yeah, Pisces, very romantic sign. This is a time to pay attention to relationships. It's a time of fertilization, meaning fertilizing your ideas, things like that. Fertilization doesn't just mean plants, or pregnancy. It also means fertilizing what you want to grow. So it's important for your intentions. I know I sound like a broken record whenever I do these moon readings, but it's true. We need to be reminded that what are we thinking about during the full moon? What are we calling in? What feels important to us? Loyal heart. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? A nice card to get for the Pisces full moon is Loyal Heart. And then we're going to go to Earth Magic. This has become one of my new favorites for oracle decks. This is by Stephen Farmer. I think I've said this before, and then I have the Animal Wisdom book from him, where you can look up animals. And so yesterday my husband was out putting some food on the grill, and he told me to come outside, and he said, there's an owl. I said, really? It's light out. That's unusual. And he said, yeah, well, I didn't hear it after I went out because we live next to a place where people can four-wheel and dirt bike, and there was a lot of noise going on, so unfortunately I didn't hear it, but he did. Owls are very special. When owls are around or you hear them, pay attention to what's going on in your life. Think about your ancestors that have crossed over, like that. So, oh boy. Dragonfly. Emergence. I think we just had that recently. But, I've said before, sometimes there are trends, and it seems like we get some of the same cards and same messages all in a row. It's really strange how that happens. Next, we're going to the Healing Spirits deck by Gordon Smith. Loyal Heart, Dragonfly, Emergence, and now Healing Spirits. Let's see what we have. What is this full moon going to bring? It's coming up in 3 days, but we can already feel the effects. You know, if you're feeling extra loving or extra romantic, that is the energy of this full moon in Pisces coming right up. If you're feeling like you've got to do something in your garden, or you're nurturing a new idea that you're trying to pull together, that could also be the energy of the full moon in Pisces. You know, thinking about your relationships, things like that. Moons have a great effect on humans because moons pull the water, and we are 75% or something like that water. Okay, what is the card? Oh, when I ask the question, the card flips over. It's so funny how that happens. This is the first step is taken. You have asked for help. These cards are so pretty. Look at that. All those colors. Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. Okay, so let's look at Loyal Heart. This is a 35. Gosh, I opened right up to it. That's funny. And this also has owls on it. I wasn't thinking about that when I told you that little story about yesterday, but Loyal Heart. This is 2 owls. You know, I think this is probably the male and this is the female, just because this one's a little bit bigger, I think. And then it has a heart on this egg, and the oracle's face is down in here. Loyal Heart. Fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. What a great card to get for this full moon in Pisces. I love it. Loyal Heart. Fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. Fantastic. And then we have Dragonfly, Emergence. Dragonfly, Emergence. That's a 50. That's 5. That's change. Dragonfly, Emergence. You are in an intense process of emergence into the next cycle of your life. Unlike more gradual shifts in awareness you have experienced, this one is happening rapidly and came on somewhat unexpectedly. Without any pauses for contemplation or indecision, you may even think that you are unprepared for such a dramatic change. Yet you are prepared. And you can put to use the experiences and wisdom, owls, right? You have accumulated up to now. Life is demanding that you move into the next stage of maturity. This requires you to adjust your thinking about yourself, others, and your community. It calls for you to shed yet another layer of your ego-filled defenses. Let go of illusions. This period of emergence is one of broadened consciousness and heightened perceptual capacities, and since it is inevitable, it is best to surrender to the flow and allow yourself to move into the next cycle. Yeah, so moons are cycles, right? The moon cycles, the full moon to the new moon. They're definitely cyclical, and this is a reminder that you need to go with the flow of energy and that something new is emerging, something new is coming through. And then we have, the card that we got, this card is actually number 1. I don't think I've ever had to use the book for these because the message is on the card. But let's see what it says. I'm being guided to maybe use that. Okay, the first step is taken. You have asked for help. So many people don't know how to ask for help or have never even considered asking healing spirits for assistance when they are feeling low. But it is the easiest thing to do. Simply say, "Please, Spirit, will you help me?" Spirit healers and helpers will soon be in your energy and working to lift you up again. Take a moment each day to feel their healing energy in your life and allow yourself to be balanced and regenerated by their healing balm. It is also important that you learn to give thanks when you do this practice. If you ask from the heart, it shall be given. Yeah, everything needs to be heart-based, right? So then we have a couple of references to the heart as well. But sometimes when we ask for help, we get impatient about it because we want it to be right now. We want to feel it instantly. We want to know. But just asking your guides and spirit to help you, you're inviting them in to help you. That doesn't mean that they can reach in and change something at the snap of a finger, but it does mean that they will be around, right? All of your ancestors and guides are there. They want to help, but they don't help without us asking. That is one rule that I am aware of, is we have to ask for help if we want help. But we also can't get mad if the outcome isn't exactly what we wanted, right? So with this full moon, keep in mind your loyalty, your fidelity, your love, your nurturing, your emergence, going with the flow of things, and taking the step and asking for help if you need it. And that could be asking your, whoever your partner, your loyal heart person is. Okay, Spirit, for this full moon in Pisces, what do we have for a message for this full moon? What do we have for a message for this full moon, please? What is the full moon message? Okay, defense, defending something. I'm hearing defending your love, defending the one you love, defending who you love. Is that? Okay, 2 sevens in a row. Significant. This happened the other day. I think in 2 different readings, I had sevens coming up. 10, getting done with something. Yeah, full moons are super important. The energy can totally shift every time we have a full moon. And, if you have crystals, you should definitely put them out and get them cleansed. So the moon cleanses your crystals and the sun charges them. In most cases, there are some exceptions, and believe me, I'm no crystal expert, but there are some exceptions to that. Judgment, what are you being called to? 2 of Cups, that goes right along with that loyal heart, right? 2 of Cups can be choice and balance, but it's also, well, what they're telling me in this reading, it is balancing your relationships. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, balancing your relationships. Thank you, Spirit. All right, can we have another card, please? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. Lots of readers read that Wheel of Fortune card differently. I read intuitively, so it just depends on what my guides give me for a message with that one. All right, let's start here. 7 of Wands. Pertaining to this full moon in Pisces, this nurturing, loving, romantic moon, they're really giving me that this is kind of either some of you are going to have to defend somebody you love or the person you love. Like somebody doesn't like who you're with and you're having to defend that. You're having to say, this is, now remember, you're on your own path. This is your life. So while we may want to do that, it's really your choice, and right under that is that, we'll get to that in a minute. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. 7 of Pentacles. All right, 7s are reflection, right? Reflection on your actions. And I forgot to mention that with this. This is also reflecting on who have you defended and what have you defended and was it the right thing to do? Okay, sorry guys, I messed that up. And then the 7 of Pentacles. This is reflecting on your work. What have you done? What have you made? It could be your work life. It could be things that you make, crafts that you make, things that you sell, anything like that. But she is thinking about all of her work and was it worth it? So right off the bat, we have 2 cards talking about the 2 sevens here, what you've created, what you've done, and reflecting on that. Was it the right thing? Right after that, we have the Ten of Wands. This is getting done with a project, this is a cycle ending and a new cycle beginning. Completion of one thing and the start of something completely new. You see he's walking through a beautiful meadow, and the feeling they're giving me is, wow, I'm glad I'm done with that. I'm glad that has finished. So some of you may have been working on some sort of a big project. It could be at work, but it could be at home. It could be on a business of yours. It could be anything, but it looks like that's getting ready to come to completion. So that's great news. And then you have this Two of Cups. So you can see here it shows a couple with they're like a light right between their third eye. It has the two cups with a rainbow in between. The feeling they're giving me about this does represent love, or whoever your love is. Now, for those of you who don't have a love right now, maybe this is going to indicate that one is coming in on this full moon, right? Loyal hearts, Two of Cups. Look how similar those are. The two owls and the two people. But they're really giving me the feeling that for most of you, you do have a really great relationship. And sometimes we need to reflect and look at that. Have we been nurturing that? Are we fertilizing that relationship? Or are we kind of in the what do you call it? Complacent mode. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Spirit. Are we being complacent in our love relationships? And this could be love of friends, family. Obviously some of it is going to be your partner love. But for others, it could be those around us. Are we neglecting to appreciate our friends or our family? Do we need to pay attention to that? And then we have Judgment. This is, what are you being called to do? Are you going to say yes or no? What is the next thing for you? What are you doing after you get done with that project or that thing, whatever that thing is for you? What's your next move? What's your next step? What are you going to call in with this full moon, right? God, I wish I could get these to do what I want them to. What are you calling in? Wheel of Fortune. My guides have always given me this as like a roulette wheel. Some readers just say you're going to have abundance coming in. My guides have always told me the Wheel of Fortune spins and you don't know where it's going to stop. It could be challenging, or it definitely could be abundance. Either one of those things could be what happens with the Wheel of Fortune. We don't know. But both of these cards are asking you, how will you react to being called to do something or having a challenge, right? That's kind of, okay, they want me to go back to the same deck. Same deck. Okay. So, let's ask Spirit for a little clarification on this Wheel of Fortune. So this full moon is going to bring in some challenges or changes for some of you. We did have a couple of fives in there. Some of you are going to get done with a project. Some of you are going to feel intense love, right? Intense feelings of love at this full moon. Okay, Tower. All right. That goes right with that Wheel of Fortune. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to tell us about that Wheel of Fortune for this full moon reading, please? Anything else you want to tell us? Okay, hang on. Anything else you want to tell us about that? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Happy Family 1111 card. Oh my gosh. Okay. The Lovers. Spirit. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. So let's take this. Oh shoot. You can't. It's not in the shot. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can. That's better. Okay. So in clarifying the Wheel of Fortune, the first card we got was the Tower. Okay. That's big change. Big change, right? The crown is falling. The sparks are flying. He's falling out. So back to square one. That's what they're giving me. Back to square one. So for some of you, whatever this means, back to square one is the message they're giving me for this tower. Big change. Back to square one, either in love, and it is right under that. So back to square one can mean back to that initial romance, those sparks that flew. Oh, yeah. Remember, they pointed out those sparks. I am hearing that for some of you, now just look at this. They pointed out sparks flying. They told me back to square one, back to the romance, back to the way it was when you first met or were first dating or what have you. And then after that was the Lovers, which this card typically is a choice card, or it can be Gemini, but they're really telling me no, they're trying to show that they want some of us, some of you, me, you, all of us as a collective, to think back about how we felt when our relationship was new. Have we been appreciating our partner? These two sevens and reflection can point to that, even though it's like an action and a earth, like material seven. It's reflection nonetheless. It's defending your stance. And then we had the Two of Cups showing those lovers. We have the Lovers. We have all this. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is really the happy family card, right? This is the happy family card, the Four of Wands. It's showing them inside the Wands of Action. There are dragonflies above. We have a dragonfly here. Spirit makes no mistakes, and they point things out when they need to. Okay? So what I'm hearing is what you're being called to do is to look at your relationship with fresh eyes, to get back some of that spark that was there in the beginning, right? To remember you're being called in this relationship to notice it. Notice your relationship. Don't look at it like a, sorry, this is what they're telling me. Don't look at your relationship as a ball and chain or as work. Look at your relationship as a gift, as love. We all don't have perfect relationships. I don't have a perfect relationship. Do I forget to appreciate my husband sometimes? Yes, I will admit I do. Sometimes I get frustrated, or I want him to do something he's not doing, or I just, and that in those moments, what I need to do is remember the beautiful love that we started with, that is still there, but sometimes it's tucked away because of the everyday things that we have to keep doing. Okay? So, really important message. Thank you, Spirit. I love this message. This message is really fantastic for a full moon in Pisces, right? Loyal heart, emerging, going with the flow. The first step is taken. Ask for help. If you are feeling not so loving and kind towards your partner, ask Spirit to give you back that spark, right? Ask for something to just be sparked in you where you feel that romance again, right? Where you feel that love again, right? Yeah. Ask for it to be rekindled. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And, it's just unfortunate that we can't stay always in those beginning stages when we're obsessed with one another and we just can't wait to be together and we just look Google-eyed at each other. I wish that love could stay like that forever, don't you? But we have to get on with things. We have families, we have jobs, we have bills, we have commitments, we have all these different things that we have to pay attention to. When we're dating, the only thing on our mind is that other person. I'm thinking back to when I met my husband and how it felt. We only saw each other on weekends for a whole year. And the anticipation all during the week, all I thought about was him and what are we going to do? And are we going to go out to eat? Are we going to, just all these different things. And now it's, we've been married for 13 years, right? Or it'll be 13 years in November, so almost 13 years. And then dated for 2 years before that. So after 15 years, it's not like every day I sit here anticipating him walking through the door after work like I used to when we were dating. But would I like to feel some of that magic again? Yeah, of course I would. Of course I would. So this full moon in Pisces and the guides and spirits are reminding us we need to get back to that feeling. Just let yourself go back. Let yourself go back and feel those feelings of love and anticipation, excitement, butterflies, whatever it was. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I dropped these cards. Spirit, do you want these cards? No. Okay. All right, hang on. Let me give them a shuffle. As I'm sitting here doing this, my guides are showing me a lot of different things from when Jeff and I were dating. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. So, yeah, what a nice reading. I didn't know what to expect. When I go into these things, there's a subject that they want me to read on, and then I just go with it. Oh, my gosh. Okay. This is ridiculous. I think it's... All right. I'm trying to shuffle so you can see me shuffle. Maybe I just need to sit in a different position where it's more comfortable for me and I don't keep dropping the cards. Okay, Spirit. Magical Times. What do we have from this deck, please? Magical Times Oracle. What do we have? What do we have? What is the card for this full moon in Pisces reading from the Magical Times? What's the best message for us? What is the best message for us, please? Clarity. Yeah. And what they're giving me, clarity, we need to be able to see our relationships for all the wonderful things that are there. Now, if you're watching this and you're in an abusive relationship, disclaimer, this is not talking about that. Those types of relationships are not healthy, not loyal, not any of this. Okay, so please do not misunderstand me or Spirit or the guides. They're making me say this now. So, if you are in an abusive relationship, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever, this is not a message for you to try and make that work. Okay, thank you, Spirit, for getting those words out. Banish the fog of illusion. Open your eyes to the truth. Remember the perfection of who you are. Yeah, and this is a beautiful fairy with a white dragon. So what they're giving me with this card is some of us, sometimes we don't feel sexy or attractive like we used to. I know for me that's true. I don't feel like I did 15 years ago in this body. And we need to get away from feeling that way about ourselves. We are a soul having an earthly experience, okay? So you need clarity and you need to break through the illusion of feeling lesser than, Don't look at other people with jealousy about how they look, if they're younger or more fit or whatever. But look at yourself as a soul, and also look at your partner as a soul, right? Banish the fog of illusion. Underneath our physical skin is our real self, which is our soul, that spark of energy that we were created with, right? That's what we truly are. That's what we truly are. That spark of energy. Our soul is the beauty that we are. Thank you, Spirit. And if you are in a healthy, loving relationship, then your partner sees your soul, not your meat suit. Oh my gosh. When you're truly in love and a person truly loves you, they don't love you because of how you look. Does it help? Yeah, of course. In the beginning, we're attracted to somebody probably because of their smile, or it could be their body or whatever. But in the long run, that doesn't sustain a 20, 30, 40, 50-year marriage, right? What a beautiful fitting card. Remember, love is the key. Love what you have in your life right now. It's a 6, and 6s are harmony. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, we just need to remember this. And the Pisces full moon is going to bring relationships, love, nurturing, romance to the forefront. So be ready. I mean, this is really a fantastic reading for the full, in my opinion. It's a good reminder. Oh my goodness. Card just flipped over in the deck. Any other animal cards that you want for this full moon in Pisces? I guess so. Giraffe and elephant. Is that an African theme coming out? We don't have giraffes or elephants here in the U.S., do we? Unless they're in a zoo. Giraffe, visionary. It's not focusing for me to read it, but you can still see the card this way. Rise above earthly matters. Yes, what were we just saying? See our souls. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth. We just were talking about that. And love with a big heart. Spirit and my guides are never, ever, ever wrong. They always bring the right message forward. Love with a big heart. Stand tall in your self-worth. Elephant, greatness. Love is your strength. Oh, Spirit, you're so good to me. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success in your relationship, they're telling me to add, right? You are wise. You know what to do. You know how to achieve this. Again, remember, not if you're in an abusive relationship. But let's all just say on this full moon on the 17th, we are going to look at our partner, our spouse, with new, fresh eyes, right? We're going to see the spark of their soul. We're going to remember what it was like when we first started dating, okay? If you are single, this is an opportunity to call this in. This is an opportunity to call in, ask for Spirit's help, to call in the love that you want. Call in that beautiful, beautiful love, right? I don't like to say soulmate, twin flame, or any of that. Just call in and visualize what you want your relationship to be like. I didn't think of saying that in the beginning, but thank you, Spirit, for giving me that. Yeah, you can call it in. Okay, I hope this has helped. Please do give it a like. I'm still trying to grow my channel. My goal is 400 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think I have 13 to go. So if you haven't liked, or if you haven't subscribed to my channel, think about doing it. It would help me a great deal if I could get my videos out to more people. Okay, everybody, peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.